Good morning, sunshines. In the afternoon, let's talk about your funk, how to get rid of it. 8 quick tips to getting rid of your funk. Perhaps because I found myself in a funk today, and I'm just going to share what I did. But you guys can like start off by saying good morning, sunshine, good afternoon, sunshine. You could ask me if I'm ever going to actually get ready to do live video, and the answer might be no for a while. I don't know, you guys. I just don't feel like I have time for it. Anyways, what are you grateful for today? That will be part of our conversation. So let's dive in to the 8 tips. Let me just draw out my day for you though, because it's not like it was anything like crazy, but it just was. Like, sometimes you just have the days where you're just like, why the F am I in a funk? Why the funk am I in a funk? Right? And there's other times where you're like, I know why that funk I'm in a funk and I deserve to be in this funk, but I still want out of the funk. What are my 8 steps, Cal? All right. So we got up at 6. We were running, like basically we were gone from the house from 6 until 10, running around doing all this different stuff. And my children, they are so amazing. And I'm so grateful that we were out of the house. And I'm so happy that, that they're eating and they're doing different things. And also they were just like spilling shit all over the place. Just like, like left and right, those mornings, moms, and like you start to find that you get worked up. So step number 1, to getting past the funk, right? To ditching the funk is just identify that you're in one. Like, just, you know what, Cal? It seems like good morning, sunshine. It seems like you're kind of in a little bit of a funk here. Like, do you feel how you're rattled? Like, you're not quite calm. Yes, I know the kids are screaming and throwing things, but they're also children. They're toddlers. This is what they do. Like, but can you identify your funk? So let's go ahead and do that at first. So I was like, Callie, yes. Why you are in a funk. What should we do next? And then I was like, number 2, have I drank enough water and have I eaten enough food? Am I thirsty, hungry, hangry, or thangry? Maybe I don't know what that word is, right? Because that can adjust our mood. So like, go grab a glass of water, chug it. And if you need a little snacky poo, grab something preferably like slightly healthy, not just all like, trans fats and whatever, but carbs. Like maybe you grab a piece of fruit or a cheese stick. My go-to is always cottage cheese. It seems to balance my insulin levels because that can F you up. It can funk you up too, right? So now we've done 2 things. Step 3, like, do you need a timeout? This is me talking to my kids, right? I chug my water and it's like, guys, mom needs a timeout. And Whit and John's like, Mom, you going to go to the think about it chair? And because that's what we call it, right? And I was like, I do. I think I need to go to the think about it chair. He's like, well, who's going to watch me? I'm like, well, I'll still be here. I'll just be upstairs. I just need to remove myself for a second. Mommy needs a little time out. And that's okay for us to take time away. You guys realize that. And then not just with our babies, but it could be in the workspace. It could be with your spouse. It could be with friends. Like, you know what? I just need to remove myself 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And I need some me time for a second. That's tip number 3. Tip number 4. Start saying your thank yous. Literally me today, I couldn't take a time out yet because we were still driving. So as we're driving, I'm just like, guys, mommy needs a timeout. Just don't talk to me. Don't talk to mommy, right? I can do the thing about it when I get home. But for right now, I'm going to start saying thank you. And I started going through my thank you list. And this is an absolute must for me, an absolute practice. And I just started saying thank you for all of the things that are in my world. Thank you for my water that's next to me. Thank you for this incredible vehicle that can drive me. Thank you for the ability to put gas in the vehicle. Thank you for the therapist that we're going to see for my son. Thank you for the medication that we're about to pick up. Thank you for Children's Hospital, where we're going to visit someone else who's there. Thank you for the clouds in the sky that are beautiful. And I went through this until I couldn't anymore. Thank you your way out of thank yous. Or thank you your way into a different internal feeling. What I did there is I could actually feel my body going from like that tense, irritated, like how everything that kind of locks up and maybe your heart's beating a little bit differently, like your stomach's like, right? And then I started to feel differently. I could feel the transition in my body after tip number 4, right? Saying thank you. Okay, so now you've done 4 different things, right? You've identified it, you've got your water, you've got your food, you've taken your time out, you've started saying thank you, and you find yourself in a more peaceful state. This is where I feel like I can breathe. Like, just like at this point, maybe it's just 1 deep breath. For me, it was like 5, right? I was like, okay, I'm feeling better, right? And I just take it, like, and I'm talking like as deep of a breath. If you're a yogi breath, like as deep as you can get in and out, and let your body feel that natural relaxation that comes along with breathing. There's tip number 5, or tip number 4, tip number 5. Moving to one of my favorites, you guys, because now we're in a good state. We just breathe. My word's hard today. Singing, humming, I don't know, you guys, you might have a different one, but like this really identifies with me. Like when I get myself into that space of calm to maintain it, like I'm a hummer or a singer. In fact, if you walk by me and I'm humming or singing just like quietly to myself, you're probably like, ooh, I better step back, because she's processing something she's still working her way through, right? So then I'm just like singing to the children, just singing whatever words come out, like we're going to get pizza right now, like whatever. I'm just like singing to them. That they had already dropped the pizza on the floor. That wasn't at the point, but right. So I start singing or humming. So something that you enjoy, something that lifts you up. Maybe that's dancing for you. It's moving, right? And I would add exercise to this. I think part of my like oncoming of the funk today was just that I didn't get to exercise, and I have been able to for a little while here, right? For the last like 3-4 weeks, I've gotten that opportunity. So my body was craving that movement. So if you can move, it's not on my list of 8, but it's going to be something in general to keep you out of your funk, or if this is a repetitious thing, right? So now that we've done all these different things, we've sang, we've breathed. I think that for me, getting productive, checking something off my list can be very helpful, because it gives me a win, right? And when you're in a funk, having a win is something that can bring you to the other side. And that could just be like, you know what? I really needed to empty the dishwasher, productivity, right? I've been wanting to file these different documents. For me, I've been wanting to clean my office. I'm in fact in here cleaning because I've been wanting to do it for a little while, reorganize things, and getting productive just feels good, right? So I'm into step 7, productivity. And finally, step 8, you guys, is to repeat. Because getting into funks, finding yourself in the funks, wondering what the funk is wrong with you, is going to happen. It happens to all of us, no matter how practiced you are, no matter how much you are grounding yourself and finding your peace and happiness and gratitude. There are going to be things from time to time that bubble up with you, and you might not know why. You might know exactly why, but repeating this process every time it comes through. So you guys, you ready? Just in case you just joined, I'm going to give them quick to you now. Identify what the heck's going on, right? I actually like wrote these down so I didn't mess up. Feed yourself, fuel yourself, water and food. Take yourself on a timeout. Say thank you for everything that's around. Take a deep breath. Do something that brings you joy, singing, dancing, happiness, movement, whatever that is. Get productive. Check something off your list. Repeat the process. And find your funking way out of the funk. And I feel so much better than I did this morning. And also, just remember, guys, I'm totally human. You're like, do you count? Do you go through this stuff? Yep, I sure do. I have days where I'm just like, should I rip all my hair out today? Nah, that's not going to benefit anybody. Let's go then and do like my 8 steps to getting out of this. I hope that supports you guys in some way. If you find yourself in a funk in the holiday season, I appreciate you all. I love you. I'm going to go finish up my productivity task while breathing and listening to music. Multitask, you guys. I love you guys. Don't forget, perspective reveals miracles, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.